sana. This is unedited where you get to learn, unlearn and relearn. So karibu sana today. Hey, mambo ya upendo. And I'm not talking about those funny lovey-doveys what you guys are going through. Siongei juu ya character development. There's more to that. And I'm back with your guest again, but this time in another angle of it. He's wearing a cape of an entrepreneur. And in terms of najua nikisema entrepreneur mnafikiria kuna nini, kuna junior mahali and all that. Yeah, but we'll get to dive deeper. Karibu sana Biggie.
Thank you so much.
You're back. You're back.
Thank you for having me back again. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's such an honor to have you two times
so much. Yeah.
on two different
I'm actually
things.
honored to be here 2 times. I don't think
Yeah.
So
Guys, if you missed out on earlier conversation, the earlier episode, I'm sure it's like 2 or 3 episodes we did some time back. Just go to our YouTube and check out on unedited series. You'll see it there. So today, tueneze upendo.
Yeah.
Can I have a hoodie?
We'll talk after this.
Okay, it's my size.
Yeah.
Excuse me, nimeunga huku. Kuna venye.
Alright. No problem. We'll talk about that. Usijali tutaangalia maneno.
Please reintroduce yourself.
Well, my name is Billy Hope, and I'm so glad to be here. And I basically love to talk about the area of love. Why? Because God is love. So I believe that's what we are going to be diving deeper into today. So thank you for having me once again.
Karibu sana. I feel like okay, that's ready. Anyway, let me focus. How about to baby wana in terms of love? You know, love has become a scam. That's why I'm saying what this conversation is not going to be something that's unimaginable.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
love has become something weird lately. Where did this Tueneze Upendo start from? What really inspired you to start Tueneze Upendo?
Okay. So I've had it's a burden that I've had for a long time. It's something that I have always looked at, and I noticed in a sense it's something that's lacking in our society. It's not lacking in the sense that it's totally not there, but then again, it's in the sense of we are not really putting the practicality into it, right? And when you think about all the things you've heard about love and all the things you've heard about, being able to reach out in love, then I think that's where this whole thing came from. It was back in 2017, really, by the way. So that's when I was actually, just to give you a backstory, just in my I was actually at home in my room, and then I was just taking time to just read through, going through scripture, praying and all that. And while doing all that, then that's when this inspiration came in. And from that time up until now, God has just been trying to also help me into like understanding more of how to like develop this, to be able to reach out to people, because it's number one, to be able to reach out, and to also make sure that we are genuinely doing it from our hearts, because it's something that you can find as you go along, that we can pretend, we can be doing things just for the sake of doing things, but there's a generation that's like a generation that really wants the genuineness of this love, this someone that is concerned, someone that is going all out for them, someone that can stand with them. And that's what I make my own what I'd say my priority in terms of, if I am to be there for someone, like to be there for you, like I'm there 100%, and that's how I am able to kueneza upendo. That's me, and that's me exemplifying how we should be able to do that. So just that backstory, and that's how for me, I believe we are building a generation that knows it's not just about doing things for the sake of doing them. Can you do them out of a place of love?
By the way, guys, we're listening to him. It reminded me of so much. People are asking, Faith, how have you been managing? How have you been doing it? And I keep telling people like persisting,
Yeah.
like there's people around me and all that. And what he's talking about, actually, I've been a beneficiary to it, and I came to realize about it some later time.
Yeah.
I remember there's a time at my really worst, they came in and interesting when I was trying to follow up, and I'm like, dude, you don't even have a job. That time you didn't have a job,
Yeah,
right?
interesting.
Dude, you don't have a job.
Yeah.
How are you managing to shop for me and my son? Literally. I was a bit concerned, I won't lie. I was like, I'm the one to be the big sister and come through for you.
Yeah.
But you're coming through for me. And the same time I'm concerned. Are you going over and above, yet you don't have? That's when I realized is tueneze upendo, like there was a whole team behind it.
Yes.
And when I really wanted to know the details, you are like, just know that people who care about you. How do you guys handle it?
I think one of the things for me personally, and I always insist that even with the team. I think one time, let me just give a backstory. One time, I think that was last year, when I was celebrating my birthday, someone wrote and just said that I work as the personified of the First Corinthians 13, which talks about the attributes of love. Love is kind, love. Because now that got me thinking, because it got me thinking, okay, am I really doing these attributes as they are? And going over and above is something I've always been doing, because I know in the interest of what society looks for, we may just do the basic. We may not go over and above to show the best or give the best that we can, because God Himself actually gave His best, His only. When you give your only, you're giving your best.
Yeah.
That's the principle. When you give your only, you're giving your best.
Your best.
It's the only thing you have. It's the best thing that you have. So when you give that which you have, right, you're giving. When you understand where it's coming from, and that's why even for me to even have done that in that season of time, it was coming from a place where I have an understanding first in myself. And that's why even with the team, what we make sure we do is that we can go over and above what is the normal thing, the quote unquote the normal thing, right? Because we can do the normal thing, but why just go for the normal while you can be able to go a step further with what you have? And that's what, and I can tell you for a fact, I've seen so many smiles, I've seen so many hearts change just because of going an extra mile out of what people are used to. And it does a lot in the hearts of people. And I think that's my greatest joy in life. I can tell you for a fact, I live for those moments in my life. I think if I sleep in death now, I have left a number of smiles on the earth.
Now, I have two, when you're telling me that, there are two things that came in mind. One, of course, love as an individual, the journey.
Yes.
Have you ever gone through a heartbreak? Because you're human, right? And you're here pushing for love, which is a very good cause.
Yeah.
Have you at some point been hurt? It could be through family member, it doesn't have to be someone you're dating. And how do you handle that? Considering you're this ambassador of love and you're expected to smile all the way and take in a lot of things just because you're the ambassador of love and you're telling yourself, I have to achieve this, I have to achieve this. How do you hack it?
I think...
and do you get hurt sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. There's a season of time when I actually lost friends. I think that season of my life, because these were people that I really trust. These are people that I really knew would be there for me. Friends are there to be with you in good and in bad.
I know.
Right? That's the principle actually. But then I had these friends, but at the season when I needed them, they actually abandoned me. So that really hurt me, but I've never forgotten that. And that's why for me, one of the things I make sure, now from that lesson, one of the things I make sure I do is I am a true friend. If I invest myself in you as a friend, I go fully. That's me. If you know me by then, you know I don't go half, I go fully. That's me. Because it came from somewhere that happened. And of course I get hurt. There was a season in time when I just starting up something. And so I went to a friend. I had something I had prepared. So I went to a friend just to get some feedback about the project I'm about to undertake. But then when I went to this friend, who I was a bosom friend, someone that I can trust, someone that I know, this is really a friend. So I knew I would trust their opinion on my project. So I gave them my project. I told them, what do you think about them? They were like, no, you're actually selling yourself too much out here, and I don't think this is the way you should actually be doing it.
Okay.
And that really hurt me because...
And how did he suggest or she suggest how to go about it?
No. And that was something I felt it was kind of like a jealous kind of moment, or something like an envious kind of thing where you're like, okay, why are you the one to do this? Why are you the one to be able to, go out here and be seen?
Could that also be the reason why Billy Hope kind of stopped being Billy Hope?
I think for a season of time it affected me. Definitely it did. Yeah, because as I've said, this was a bosom friend, someone that I trusted very much.
Yeah.
But then again, over time I've been able to overcome that. I've been able to now stand up again, because it's not how you go down, it's now how you stand up again and move forward. And I love the fact that I had to go through that, because it has taught me a lot. It has taught me to be able to stand up for myself. Aside from everything else that I do, there's the me that needs to also stand up for myself and be able to represent the things I believe in, the values, the virtues that I have, and just selling myself out here.
So profound. And in regards to that, the second thing I wanted to ask is the power of energy. Is it something that works for the love ambassador? Energy. Would you have to be in a certain frequency to be able to get to, to enjoy such, and also any other thing that's good, that's full of growth out there? Is this power of energy real, or is something we just read in the books?
No, it's actually very real. It's very real, because energies don't lie. That's something I've come to know. And I think by God's grace, I can be able to tell, like, I can gauge energy. That's me. I don't know how, but there's just that embracing that I can be able to just gauge an energy and tell. And so sometimes I can be able to tell, maybe with this person, I need to take a step back for now, all right? Or because maybe the circumstances that are right here do not, yes. So I don't need to do A, B, C, and D that I needed to do, all right? And that's important also with what I do, and especially with what I do, because you cannot go even where the energies are. Energies, as I said, they don't lie. So you don't need to go patching up people, like, doing a lot when you need to just take a step back. So when it calls for that, please just, take a step back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, as we end up, I just want Billy to tell us something, in regards to, the society is messed up in a way. I watched the stories of people stabbing each other. There's a lot of negative energy around love, and I'm just wondering, for that person watching, and even for the younger person watching, not people will be like, let's hustle, let's get money, let's fall in love. I was joking with the producer, and I was like, hey, mali imefika, I just want to get married to money. I know it's a bad notion of it, but I'm like, hey, kama si pesa, because maybe of what I went through. How would you undo that in some people like me or any other person out there? How would you undo that? Because we feel like there is much need than love. Do you feel like we need to undo that, and why should we do that?
I think, well, that's a heavy question, I think. But what I'd say is, with the mess that we're already seeing in society, if I can go in that larger aspect, I think one of the things that we need to be able to do, even as much as we are talking about the fact that nowadays love has now been diluted with every other thing. There's no genuineness in it, right? But one of the things I am a believer in is that it's not not everyone is bad, because I know the notion is all men are whatever you say there.
That one, yeah.
But is that really the truth?
No.
It's not the truth.
Yeah.
So we need to also come back to that place of having that, I think, what I call faith, to know that there's still hope to people to actually get better other than what you've already got or what you've already experienced. Because yes, there's that, but then again, is that really all that there is? Are all the stories the same? Because definitely in society, there are very many people who have very amazing stories. When you listen to them, they can mentor you, they can talk to you, they can walk with you. But I think my call to even all of us would be to be able to even, like for me, what I know, what I do, is I make sure, at least now that we are good friends, I make sure I am here and I am present. One of the things that I think we lack is that presence. Yeah, we may be present, but we are not present. It is important to actually be present for those people, to be there for truth and be there for them in that journey. Let them go through that phase. Let them unpack whatever it is that they need to unpack. Allow them to be them in those seasons that they need to allow things to go, and then embrace them. They will, once they know that they're embraced, I can tell you, when that love, the true thing comes, they'll be able to actually grow better.
Actually, the reason I'm smiling, I know you're wondering, the reason I'm smiling, I feel like you're filtering literally how you handle our friendship. and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
By the way, I really appreciate that. Days, I am like, B, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I get that part of giving space and coming in when you least expect, those calls of uko wapi, toka nje tuende tutembe, it's priceless. Considering we're in a city where there is always an attachment to it, kudos to that. How can guys get you?
Well, you can actually get us. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. We are also on YouTube, by the way, incidentally. We are Brotherhood Mentality. That's the name we go by. And the different things that we do. So you can actually get us there, partner with us. And I believe we can have more conversations, DM us, and we'll be able to have a conversation.
And I'm praying for you so that you guys can at some point do a whole foundation for that, because that's a whole thing. Me, I'm a beneficiary, and until today I'm just wondering, and I'm praying to God, how can I say thank you? It might literally look as small as it is, but you guys, you don't know how it feels when you have a young one and you don't have even a drop of oil in your system, Then all of a sudden, you just get a knock, and every other thing you needed, like right there and then, is provided. It's not that God came and sent manna down, but people took up the initiative to deliver and to ensure this person is okay. So it's such a great initiative, and I hope you get to spread your wings further.
Thank you.
Away from Nairobi. I see you've been traveling.
Yes.
So I hope you think of getting membership, because
Definitely.
would you be able to share with us later?
Yes, we will. Well, when that happens,
when
time comes, definitely we'll share.
Yeah, because I'd love to. Officially, I know there's that room of faith, just get in, you don't have to ask.
Yeah.
But I'd really love to do it in a great and mighty way. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was such an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I hope these lit a candle in your space. If you really want to have such in your space, please reach out. And the beauty with social media is you can always get to the people you want or look up to. If you feel this makes sense to you, please reach out to Brotherhood Mentality, right? Yes, on all the social media. And actually the guy who will respond is him. And he has a very interesting team. So you will be in safe hands. Until next time, thank you guys. And it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Adios.
Adios.